What's up, guys? Big D Wiz, oldschoolstereo.com. What do we have here? A couple of, well, these are not old school amplifiers, friends. These are Audiopipe 1500 watt Class D amplifiers. Let's find out what's going on. So many of you guys know who watch my channel that I got real curious about this Audiopipe AP-15001D and said, well, you know what the heck, I'll just buy one and try it out and see what kind of power it really puts out. Well, anytime you do anything like this with new school amps, you're going to have people that say, oh, that's the wrong Audiopipe model. That's not the best one. You need to test the other one. So I had a guy online actually agree to send me an amp. This is the APSM-1500. They call it the mini APSM, but as you can see, size comparison wise, it is not much smaller than the other amp that I tested. So we want to find out if this mini Class D 1500 watt amplifier really is any different or any more powerful than the original one that we tested not long ago. So let me give you a quick walk around of the amp and I'll compare the two, but they're pretty much the same connections all the way around. And then we'll put it on the bench and we'll see what she does. Alright, we'll compare this into the amplifier where we have the RCA inputs with the remote bass control. And I'll just pan slowly. You'll see we've got the gain, low pass filter, subsonic, bass frequency, and bass boost, which is exactly the same as the other model we've already tested, the APSM-150001D. Now let's check out the other end. On this side we have the speaker connections. It looks like we can fit 8 gauge wire in there. There are 4 terminals, but it's just bridging both of the positives and both of the negatives. Looks like we can fit 4 gauge power in there for the power and ground. Now the difference with the the AP, is the way the terminals are kind of angled. So your wire will be coming up at like a 45-degree angle instead of going straight in with the mini amp. So there's really not much difference there either. Alright, we verified the ohm load is 2 ohms. And again, this is a resistive load, so we can use Ohm's law to calculate the power in RMS watts, since we're using an RMS voltmeter AC. And we use the DD1 to see at what point we hit 1% distortion. Looks like 41 volts before we get to 1% distortion, and we're pulling 75 amps from our power supplies. Alright, so here's the calculation using Ohm's law. At 2 ohms we got 41 volts, so that gives us 840.5 watts RMS. Alright, now we have it wired up at 1 ohm. As you can see, 1.1 ohm. We'll take account for the other point because we have calibrated the meter here. So we'll use 1.1 ohm as the measurement. And let's try it out and see what she'll do. Alright, here we go with the 1 ohm measurement at 40 hertz. The Audiopipe APSM Mini 1500. See what she'll do. Looks like 32.5 volts RMS before we start hitting the 1% distortion. Try to keep it as close as I can. Let's see how many amps we're pulling. Pulling 121 amps from the power supplies. And here we have the 1 ohm rating, or 1.1 ohm. 32.5 volts gives us 960.23 watts. So in actuality, the APSM-1500 is not as powerful as the AP-15001D. Alright guys, there you go. Two different tests here of the Audiopipe 1500 watt amplifiers. And as you can tell by my test, the AP-15001D is a more powerful amplifier than the APSM-1500 by a couple hundred watts, or 150 or so watts. So anyway, again, this test was done with resistive loads, and this was not a sound quality test. I didn't use subwoofers. It was strictly scientific with the wattage output. So I'll let you decide which one you prefer based on a listening test. This is just a wattage output test. So I just wanted to show everybody the difference in power. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thumbs up. Appreciate it. This is Big D Wiz, oldschoolstereo.com. I'm out of here.